We invite you to watch how we clear the views on all matters through our partner station MITV on DSTV channel 255, 7 p.m. daily, and also our YouTube and Facebook pages under one name, Clearview News Desk every day. We call it The People's News, as we are available to come over and cover your events upon notice. Or do you have news you want us to broadcast? Send it in. We verify and go to town with it. All for you. Go ahead, engage us to thrash out those naughty issues on the news. And what we need from you is to share and subscribe. More important, convince your loved ones, friends, relatives, co-worshippers, and more to subscribe so as to be getting notifications as we break the news. Go a step further, like the news, and drop your thoughts on the comment section. Clearview News. We clear the view one time and for all time.
Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines. Lagos State House of Assembly impeaches Speaker Mudashiru Obasa. Father kills 14-year-old son to save himself embarrassment in Ondo. Bobrisky expresses concern about conditions of incarceration, appeals to Burna Boy to facilitate release of singer Speed Darlington. I am Gloria Atta with these and more. Welcome. Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, has been impeached by members of the House. According to a reliable source who craved for anonymity, the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Lasbat Miranda, has been elected to replace him. The Deputy Chief Whip, Honorable Fatai Mujid, is elected as the Deputy Speaker. It was learnt that Obasa has been engulfed in a series of controversial circumstances in terms of financial dealings. Now, Governor Seyi Makinde has presented the staff of office to the new Alafin of Oyo, Abimbola Owode. The governor made the presentation at his office in Ibadan, the state capital, this Monday. Makinde had on Friday approved Owade's appointment in a statement by the Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Dotun Oyelade. Owade's appointment as the 46th Alafin-elect drew an esteemed audience of dignitaries, traditional rulers, religious leaders, government officials, and jubilant Oyo indigenes. Presenting the insignia of office, Makinde hailed the Alafin-elect as a leader destined to preserve and elevate the cultural and historical legacy of the Oyo Kingdom. Describing the Alafin as more than a traditional ruler but a custodian of rich heritage, the governor expressed confidence that the monarch would lead with wisdom, integrity, and unwavering dedication to unity in the Oyo Kingdom. Worried by the rate at which young people engage in ritual killing under the pretext of looking for quick wealth, many Nigerians have blamed parents for the rise in the ugly trend, saying they are not doing enough in giving their children good upbringing. In this special report, Clearview's Imefono Kon sought the opinion of Abuja residents on who is to blame for the rise in ritual killings in the country.
This is not the best of times for the Nigerian youth population. Amidst a variety of challenges facing them, ranging from inadequate access to education, unemployment, and skewed political opportunities, more and more youth are getting involved in ritual killings in their quest to get rich in order to enjoy the good things of life. In 2004, Police discovered dozens of corpses at a shrine in Okija in the southeastern state of Anambra, where many of the state's senior politicians regularly visit to swear oath, ask for a deity's blessing, or seek spiritual defense against political enemies. In 2021, a suspected ritual killer was arrested in Port Harcourt while attempting to sacrifice a 9-year-old girl in the Iba community. Inyebon Umorin, a young woman in her early 20s, was also murdered for ritual purpose in Akwa Ibom State. Police in Ogun State arrested 4 teenagers in connection with the killing of 20-year-old Sofiat Kinde for ritual purposes. Following the rising incidents of ritual killings, the question on the lips of many is, who is to blame for the rise in ritual killings among Nigerian youth?
In the society of today, you see that working class mother, working class father, at the end of the day, the mother and the father will leave the house early in the morning. So thereby, the primary assignment as a mother is not there. So a child grow up in the hands of mates. So whatever the mate says is what the child would do.
Cannot just blame the government. The government has a role to play. The families have a role to play. And also our value system, our value orientations, the value of what are our values.
Bible says, train up a child the way he should grow. When he grow, he will not depart from it.
When you don't teach your children how to be hardworking and become who they're supposed to be, if they want shortcuts, they don't want to follow the normal route. So if the parents fail to train their children, that's when you see all these kind of things happening.
Amidst the growing uncertainties, what can be done to curb the growing rates of ritual killings among the youth?
Government have to play their role effectively. They have to ensure adequate education, ensure that all youth are in school. They have to do something. They should not be left alone wandering in the streets. And they have to regulate their activities. The activities of the youth are not being regulated.
Okay, yes, just like what we are doing now, creating awareness, talking about it, bringing out the bad effect about it. Churches will talk about it, mosques will talk about it, our traditional rulers will talk about it, communities will talk about it. Our agencies that has to do with orientation, the National Orientation Agency should go out and launch a full campaign, going from community to community if possible, to begin to teach children, go to schools, begin to tell them the reason why they should not go that way, that the dangers of it.
I don't think going into ritual is the way out. There are better ways. Even if there is no job, you can learn handwork.
A cursory look at reported cases of ritual killings in Nigeria shows that a majority of the victims are themselves youth. So, can this be the case of dog eating dog? Or could this generation of Nigerians be engaged in self-destruction, all in the name of searching for unmerited wealth that hardly lasts for long? For those who blame social media influence, can Nigerian youth be said to be those only caught up with the negative influence among their peers across the world? Questions, questions, and questions, begging for answers. Imefonokon, reporting for Clearview Television.
Meanwhile, worshippers at a church in Orozo, a community that shares border with the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and Nasarawa State on Sunday, apprehended a man identified as Oluwatimileyin Ajayi, found carrying the decapitated head of his girlfriend in a polybag during a church service. The incident occurred around 11 a.m. during a Thanksgiving service, marking the end of a 7-day fast. Speaking to journalists, the church's Bible study teacher and general secretary, Caleb Umaru, recounted that a church member had opened his eyes during prayers and saw someone passing by the river close to the church, carrying a bag, which he threw into the river, adding that his movement was suspicious and drew attention. Umaru said shortly after, 2 bikemen arrived and asked the suspect to retrieve the bag he had thrown into the river. Shortly, he was surrounded and was repeatedly asked to open the bag, where they found the decapitated head of his girlfriend. And when asked where he was taking the head to, Ajayi said a lady had told him to get her the head. When contacted to comment on the matter, FCT Police Public Relations Officer Josephine Ade clarified that the area the incident occurred is under Nasarawa State, redirecting the inquiry to the Nasarawa PPRO, Rahman Nansel. Meanwhile, social media users have identified Ajayi as a gospel singer, and Umaru confirmed that a friend from Lagos had mentioned his background as a gospel musician.
What is your name? Adaju. Which tribe is she? Adaju. Well, for how long have you been together? Like a year. Like a year.
I don't know where.
This woman, I was calling the number was not going. No, my number is fine, but it's network, just network. She ran my mom was just telling me that somebody is just I just stopped a car. That is like I just stopped a car and I stopped when I was with the part of the human being doing it and I offered to give me 100 million. I refused. That was what my mind was. It's as if I'm just dreaming. I swear to Almighty God. It's as if I'm just dreaming that the guy I offered to give me 100 million. I said no. I will not collect the 100 million. This one? No. My mind just go somewhere. Yes. Yeah. I don't know what the judge is. Sometimes if it's something happen, my person go think about say, oh yes, actually. That's true. I just say nobody say I dream. Say nobody. I just the bath, the rope him. That I just wait close now. What's in my mind? If it's something go happen, for that people go. They want the day what they do this for motive here. I'm not the same. I just give my mind. Only that. Can't go in that. No, when they carry on, Jonah. See, they are leaving the head behind. No, they won't carry on. Today I see live video. I see always. No, my choker now. My choker. Now my choker now. Remove.
Wonders shall never end, they say. Similarly, the Ondo State Police Command has arrested a father, Ileila Monday, for allegedly killing his 14-year-old son at Ojowa, Akoko Northwest local government area of the state. A statement issued by the Ondo State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Wilfred Afolabi, said Monday is among the suspected criminals arrested by the men of the State Command recently. The suspect was arrested and confessed during interrogation that the boy was always involved in criminal activities and was embarrassing him, and in order to put a stop to the disgrace, he and his wife decided to kill the boy. The statement added that the suspect was said to have buried the deceased in a shallow grave. Now, the Ogun State Police Command has arrested a 17-year-old boy, Jamiu Adebayo, for allegedly defiling his neighbor's 8-year-old daughter in the Aregbe area of Abeokuta, the state capital. It was gathered that the suspect reportedly lured the survivor into his parents' sitting room, instructed her to remove her underwear, and defiled her. The State Police Command confirmed the incident, stating that the suspect had been arrested and that a thorough investigation was underway to uncover the crime's circumstances. Now, popular cross-dresser Idris Okuneye, also known as Bob Risky, has appealed to Afrobeat star Burna Boy, urging him to facilitate the release of singer Speed Darlington, who has been in police custody since November 27. Speed Darlington was arrested in October 2024 over allegations of defamation and cyberstalking related to his statements about Burna Boy. Despite reportedly being granted bail by the Federal High Court on December 23, 2024, Darlington remained in detention, leading to public outcry. On his Instagram story, Bobrisky expressed concern about the conditions of incarceration, stating that prison is a harsh environment. Bobrisky also noted that Speed Darlington might struggle to afford the costs of securing a place in the VIP section of the facility, which he described as expensive. And now to sports. Following the unveiling of Super Eagles' new head coach, Nigerians have continued to react to the recent appointment with mixed feelings. Sports enthusiasts said recruitment of the coach by NFF is a function of what they make from it, not based on the expectation of fans.
And truly, it is controversial. It is bad. It's unproductive for you to begin to change coaches anyhow, because it takes time, particularly when the coach is not failing woefully. You know what I'm saying? You employ a new coach. I think recruitment of coaches by Nigerian government is a function of what they make from it. It's not the expectation. They don't depend on the expectation of the fans. It's what they make from, particularly NFF. They recruit based on what they make from their contract. It's not what Nigerians will benefit. That is the problem. And as we continue to do this, the expectation of winning trophy is close to zero.
Seriously, because football is a game of luck, firstly, but for me as a Nigerian, I didn't see any benefit of bringing that man, because that man, if you check his own history, he didn't win any trophy, any cup, nothing. And country like Nigeria, if they will bring somebody, I think they're supposed to look someone that has good record. For that man, me, my own, I prefer me them bring Kanu Onko, give him coach, and Ahmed Musa as his own vice assistant coach. I think those people, they are the two types of people. For my own experience, these are the only two people I know they play for Nigeria, and they know some problems that Nigerians are facing. If these people, Nigeria NFA, will work with them, I think they will give support and they will make some changes to Nigeria. But you can't be in Nigeria and go bring Malian person to come and head coach. Even some of our players, they have experience that past that man. That's the truth.
As they say that football is a game of luck, but in some aspects, experience also plays a big role. I believe that when you're bringing a head coach that has a title winning record, the motivation is different from someone that hasn't won anything for this country. So Nigerians should at least go for coaches that has won something that they can explain, or they can even put in the energy which they have used in the previous years to win their titles to the new players that they're playing with them, so that they can be able to at least win something for the country. But bringing someone that hasn't won anything and expecting him to win, well, let's see what happens.
A football expert said the proposed salary for the new head coach is too small for a coach with the capacity to manage Super Eagles.
I think it's too small for a coach. Really? Of the capacity to coach Super Eagle. If you go into the profile of coaches who are very good, who know what they are doing, you see, a lot of us don't know the commitment of coaches. You travel a lot to make sure that you get good players all over the world. This is part of the money. You know what I'm saying? Security. So to me, it's very small. Yeah, they need to increase the package to encourage his commitments for us to win. You see, like clubs in Europe. In Europe, coaches take more than this, not even nations. Yes, go to Man U, go to Chelsea, go to Arsenal, go to even championship. Convert the pounds sterling they pay them to naira. It's 100 and something million. And I'm talking of per week, not even monthly. Go and find out. I'm a sport fan. I'm a Chelsea fan. I love football. And I know what coaches of top hierarchy are paid weekly, not even monthly. So you have to commit resources to win trophies. And you have to be straightforward in terms of player selection. So if it's given free hand, I'm sure it will be an El Dorado.
Whenever you get into a football field as a coach or as a player, you are exposing your life to risk, because anything could happen. And we cannot quantify your life with anything, no matter how much is involved, it's your life. There's some risk attached to it.
After months of searching for a replacement for Finidi George, is Eric Chell the best for the Super Eagles job?
There is a probability. Sport is all about probability. But the problem you have is corruption. Will he be maintained? Will he be given what he wants in terms of players and resources? That is the problem. There's no country all over the world that can win trophies without you committing resources that's required of what? The sports. We've been winning it. Then we're committed. The government was committed. The people were committed. But today, issue of corruption. And corruption leads to what we call lack of commitment on the part of players, the coaches, and the people. So let's see what will happen. He's a new coach. If he's not supposed to be here, why is he here? If you know, and I know, that this guy was not doing well, won't they know? So it's politicized. Corruption is the factor that is causing our problem in sports.
Meanwhile, the NFF president, Ibrahim Gusso, has expressed confidence in Chell's ability to lead the Super Eagles to new heights. If you are just joining us, you're watching the news on Clearview News Desk. We will be back after this break. Stay with us.
We break the news.
This is Christ Embassy.
Recollect, we were the first to break this. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State has approved the appointment of 3 second-class emirs. And this?
Erasmus is the most successful program of the European Union to support education and youth.
And this?
Fubara is not an ungrateful person.
And more.
Tension is currently mounting in River State. The planned arraignment of Yaya Bello.
Across our platforms. Subscribe now and you will be receiving our notifications and never left out as the news breaks on Clearview.
You're welcome back. And now to the foreign scene. South Korea's Corruption Investigation Office for High-Ranking Officials, CIO, has said this Monday that it has requested the Defense Ministry and the Presidential Security Service to cooperate ahead of the second attempt to arrest impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol. The CIO said it sent letters to the ministry and the security service late Sunday asking for their cooperation and warning of legal consequences should they fail to comply, according to the Yonhap. According to the report, the CIO in a letter to the Defense Ministry said any soldier obstructing the execution of Yoon's arrest, warrants and search of the presidential residence could receive criminal punishment or face claims for damages in the event of human or material damage. In a separate letter to the Presidential Security Service, the CIO warned of similar consequences for security personnel obstructing the investigators' operation, in addition to possible loss of status as a public servant and restrictions on rehiring and pension receipts. There is a growing trend among Nigerian women and even men who have chosen to change their skin color. Though popularly known as bleaching, those engaged in the practice have devised new terms like organic skincare, skin toning, and many more words to tone down the derogatory term associated with bleaching. But why do people choose to change the color of their skin despite the health effects? Clearview's Imefono Okon in this special report attempts to provide answers.
Nigerian women have been ranked as the highest users of skin whitening creams in Africa. According to the World Health Organization, 77% of women in Nigeria use skin lightening products, the world's highest percentage. This is followed closely by Senegal at 60%, Mali at 50%, and Ghana at 30%. Whitening creams are cosmetic products that reduce the melanin or pigment in the body to make it appear lighter. In Nigeria and many other parts of Africa, there are some people who believe, rightly or wrongly, that light-skinned people are considered more beautiful. This thinking is said to be responsible for the growing trend of bleaching among Nigerians. But is the trend a repudiation of the common saying that black is beautiful?
We bleach because we feel that we are not being recognized in the society, that maybe if we are bleached,
will bleach our skin, and those people will now, single us out amongst the crowd to say, that fair one, that yellow one, those kind of. But it has nothing to do. These things cause. A time will come when it will cause cancer.
So it depends on individuals. Some bleach because they want to look more beautiful. Some dark people want to be light in color, and hair. Some bleach because they want, you can't compare fair people with dark people. If any fair girl passes here, like the way you noticed me when I passed, I attracted you, right? Some want people to be attracted, some want to be noticed anywhere they go to.
Clearview Television also sought comments from medical experts on the likely dangers associated with skin bleaching.
Your skin will now begin to rumple and get thicker. And if you're still rubbing, that's when you see all those patch. So I've seen a lot of women like that, or you see the reddish. There are like people that will still rub the chin. What are you rubbing chin for? You understand? So as a matter of fact, cancer is one. You destroy your looks as one effect. And then a host of other things. Now, things like dermatological disorders will come into play. Fungi. When I say dermatological disorder, anything that has to do with the skin, it's called dermis. So dermatological, this eczema, psoriasis, all those ones are associated with light skin.
It can make somebody to grow older than her age. It can cause skin pigments. It can cause a lot of even skin cancer. Bleaching can cause it. So it's not good. It's a no-no for me.
In spite of medical advice, pills and injectables containing bleaching ingredients have now become the new frontiers for those seeking a lighter complexion. Though the practice has been associated with a number of adverse health effects, such as severe stretch marks, poor wound healing, abnormal odor, excessive sweating, skin cancer, and the likes, and some even aging faster unknowingly, there appears to be no end in sight for those seeking a lighter complexion. Imefon Okon, reporting for Clearview Television.
And that's the news. But before we go, a recap of the top stories. Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, has been impeached by members of the House. The Ondo State Police Command has arrested a father, Elela Monday, for allegedly killing his 14-year-old son at Akoko Northwest local government area of the state. We also told you that popular cross-dresser Idris Okuneye, also known as Bob Risky, has appealed to Afrobeat star Burna Boy, urging him to facilitate the release of singer Speed Darlington. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for joining us. I am Gloria Atta. Bye for now.